How long have you been thinking about quitting your job? A month, a year, maybe 5 years. The problem isn't that you don't want to. The problem is that nobody has given you a real plan. No hype, no false promises, no get-rich-quick shortcuts. Today, I'm going to give you that plan. A system built on principles used by people who built empires from nothing. With no startup capital, no connections, no extraordinary luck. Apply it with discipline, and in 9 months, you can have a business generating enough cash flow to quit your job with confidence. Let's go. We've been programmed with a lie. From a young age, we're told that starting a business is risky, that the safe path is to get a good job, work 40 years, and retire. But consider this. If you have one job, you depend on a single source of income. One decision by someone else can end it overnight. Is that security? The truly risky move is betting your entire working life on a single card. The greatest entrepreneurs in history weren't gamblers. They were risk engineers. Their obsession wasn't winning big. It was making sure that if things went wrong, they wouldn't lose much. There's a principle for this. Heads I win, tails I don't lose much. That's the game we're going to learn to play today. First rule, and it's the most important one. Don't quit your job yet. Hear me out. Your current job is not your enemy. It's your safety net. While someone else pays your rent and groceries, you can build without pressure. Now the real question is, how much free time do you actually have each week? Let's do the math. You sleep 8 hours. You work 8 hours. You spend 2 to 3 hours a day getting ready, eating, commuting. What's left? Between 3 and 5 hours per day, plus weekends. That's 25 to 35 hours every week currently going into social media, TV shows and activities that bring you no closer to your goals. Those hours are your startup capital. You don't need money to begin. You need time, and you already have it. There's one condition. Your project has to be more exciting than entertainment. If Netflix is more interesting than your business, pick a different business. That's it. Second principle. You don't have to invent anything. There's a widespread belief that starting a business requires a revolutionary idea, something no one has ever done before. That belief has paralyzed more people than lack of money ever has. Here's the reality. The market easily accepts 5 versions of the same business. And often, the second or third version ends up dominating, because it learned from the first one's mistakes. The biggest companies in the world didn't emerge from thin air. Many copied an idea that was already working somewhere else, for a different market or audience, and executed it better. Your job isn't to invent. Your job is to observe. Watch what works. Identify a market where that thing doesn't exist yet, or where it's being done poorly. Then enter, with better execution, better pricing, better service. We call this finding an offering gap. Something the world needs that doesn't yet exist in your market. How do you find that gap? Here are 3 concrete steps. Step 1. Watch where things are growing. Are there areas of your city expanding fast? New neighborhoods, new office buildings, online communities forming around a shared interest. Where there's growth, there are unmet needs. Step 2. Find what people have to work hard to get. When someone has to go out of their way, spending extra time or money, to access something that should be easy to find, that's an opportunity. It doesn't have to be complicated. A service, a digital product, a specialized consulting offer, a content channel. Step 3. Copy what already works in another market. Look at what's succeeding in other countries, other industries, other languages. Ask yourself, does this exist in my market, in my language, for my audience? If the answer is no, you found your business. Now the plan. Concrete. No fluff. Months 1 and 2, validate before you invest. Don't build yet. Don't spend on technology, branding, or infrastructure. First, put your idea in front of real people and watch how they react. Talk to 20 potential customers. Show them a basic proposal. Listen to what they say, and more importantly, notice where they pause. What generates the most interest? What question keeps coming up? Your initial idea is probably 50% wrong. And that's fine. That feedback is the most valuable asset of these 2 months. Months 3 and 4. First, real customers. Adjust your offer based on what you learned. Get your first 3 to 5 paying customers. You don't need a perfect product. You need a product that solves a real problem. Charge from day one. Money coming in validates your model better than any survey. Months 5 and 6. Build the system. Once you have paying customers, stop working in the business and start working on the business. What can you document? What can you automate? What can you delegate? Your goal is for the business to function without requiring you to be available 24 hours a day. Months 7 and 8. Scale what works. Don't diversify yet. Take what's already making money and amplify it. More customers of the same type through the same channel you already tested. This is when you increase your investment in marketing, tools, and people, but only in what's already proven to work. Month 9. Make the decision. If your business is generating consistent cash flow that covers at least 70% of your personal expenses, you have the green light. Don't wait for 100%. There's never a perfect moment. But with a functioning business and a 90-day additional runway plan, the jump is calculated, not a blind leap of faith. There's one mistake that destroys this plan before you reach month 3. Expecting results too soon. Businesses don't grow in straight lines. They grow in curves. The first months are slow, frustrating, often invisible. You send messages and no one responds. You offer your service and people say, "I'll think about it." It feels like nothing is moving. But there's something that changes everything. Understanding that business is a game of ratios. If you reach out to 10 people and one responds, you have a conversion rate. Now reach out to 200, then 2,000. The number of attempts you make isn't a sign of desperation. It's your growth engine. The entrepreneurs who make it to month 9 aren't the most talented. They're the most consistent. The ones who kept going when no one was watching. The ones who treated rejection as data, not as judgment. So what do you actually need to quit your job in 9 months? You don't need $1 million. You don't need an idea no one has ever had. You don't need connections in high places. You need 3 things. 1. A real problem to solve, and there are thousands waiting to be found. 2. The discipline to use the hours you already have, before asking for more. 3. The patience to build a system, not just do work. The risk isn't in starting a business. The risk is arriving at 60 with the same question you have today. What if I had tried? Start today. Start small. But start. If this video helped you, subscribe. Every week we publish practical content on business, entrepreneurship, and financial freedom for people living in the real world. See you in the next one.